covenant with the executive was broken, and the promises made therein remain unfulfilled to date. Dear Kenyans and my countrymen, I have heard the people from the South Rift. They were burdened by their leaders immediately after the elections, a cycle that has always recurred. The promises of development that they were given have never been delivered. Their community land is being grabbed in broad daylight by people who fear no consequence because of their connection to State House. We discussed this and many other issues in that region. From the Nairobi City County, leaders, aspirants, professionals, and businessmen all agreed that our capital city is in ruins. The streets have become rivers because no work has been done on drainage. Children are packed into classrooms so congested that no learning can take place. Families and businesses watch bulldozers flatten their homes and their places of work in targeted, inhuman demolitions. Goons and killer squads are in the streets and in the estates. The police who should be protecting the people are too busy serving as bodyguards to these criminal elements as they wage a war against the people of Kenya. From the Maa Nation, elders, leaders, and aspirants told me how they are watching as their land is being stolen by the president and his cronies. They are in pain because when their people have stood to protect what is theirs, many have been shot. Land theft and police violence rage across their counties. From the coast, elders and senior leaders told me of their challenges at the port of Mombasa, the key to the coastal economy. It has been mismanaged and used to disadvantage the local population. Ranches are being seized at gunpoint. Minerals are being carted away, but the local community see no returns. The drug epidemic is back. I spearheaded this fight as deputy president, but the gains have been lost. Drug dealers have been welcomed into the highest decision-making table, including sitting in the cabinet. This disease is devouring the youth at the coast. From northern Kenya, leaders, professionals, and concerned citizens told me of the absentee leaders who do nothing to combat the underdevelopment and entrenched poverty. Devolution, the promise that was supposed to bring government to their people, has instead seen resources disappear with little to show for it. The drought still comes, the water has still not come. For the western and western regions, the people reached out to me. They decry the sugar sector crisis, the reclassification of VAT increases cost of transporting sugar to the factories. The sale and leasing of sugar factories to private sector does not benefit only the farmers, but the cabal that is hell-bent on pursuing selfish gains at the expense of 55 million Kenyans. For the North Rift, the people collectively spoke about the menace of banditry, cattle rustling, and the crop failure that has been experienced in the region. That warlords of violence are now eating in government, but the problems still remain. For the people of Mount Kenya region, I've heard your voice of unity. This will be done. We are one people and one nation. For the members of the fourth estate, they decried state harassment and curtailment of their freedoms that are enshrined in the Constitution. The media wants to be left free as espoused in our Constitution. This is only a sample of the discussions that I was having here in Wamanyoro. Just a small fraction. There's much more. The work before us, which is required to liberate this republic and save our people, is truly significant. Fellow countrymen, each day when the delegations left and Wamanyoro was quiet, I was left alone with the weight of their words. That weight was very heavy on my shoulders. I have said this before and I'll keep saying it so that Kenyan people know that I have not forgotten. I helped bring this administration to power. I rallied my people, my resources, my networks, my energy, and my ability to move people to put this government into office. So, when I hear how you are suffering today, I hear it as a man who must answer for his part in it. Some have looked at how hard I worked to fight the excesses of this government. Some say it is out of bitterness. I think they are forgetting that I spoke up when I was still in office. Recall the Gen Z protests and the massacre that followed. I stood with our children when I was in office. Some people still say that I'm speaking because I'm no longer in government. The naysayers are all wrong. So let me be clear once and for all about what drives me. I do what I do because I have a responsibility to do it. Where I come from, when your heart causes harm, even the harm you never intended, you cannot walk away. You do not make excuses. You apologize, and then you do whatever is within your power to make it right. That is exactly what I'm doing. I played a big role in bringing this government into power. It is hurting Kenyans. I'm playing an even bigger role to set it home come 10th August 2027 on the ballot. My countrymen, listening to the delegations who came here to see me, Kenyans have identified 3 objectives that have been instructed to pursue and accomplish on their behalf. Objective number 1, I have been told I must use everything in my power to keep this government accountable while using every legitimate means available that will call out, stop, and break any scheme that is engineered by this government to loot taxpayers' money or oppress the people of Kenya. This, I promise, I will do day and night. Objective number 2, the people have told me unanimously that for us to correct the evils that be there for this country, William Ruto must be one term and must be sent home. That message was clear. To achieve that, I have been told, and I'm persuaded, that the United Alternative Government must identify one presidential candidate to face William Ruto in the next general elections. Kenyans have made it very clear that we cannot gamble or take any risk that might bring William Ruto back. Kenyans are persuaded that we must do whatever it takes, including sacrificing our own personal political ambition, to identify one single presidential candidate. This is the only way to set this brutal regime home. One way and one round on 10th August 2027. I have been so persuaded. Objective number 3, Kenyans have told me that they have analyzed and decided that Rigathi Gachagua needs to be the preferred presidential candidate of the United Alternative Government 2027 general elections. Kenyans have instructed me to persuade my colleagues that I'm the best bet to guarantee a first round win, and that in their assessment I have the energy, I have the trust of the people, I have the leadership qualities, I have the experience, the infrastructure, the capacity, and the political network to deliver that victory. They have told me clearly that in the event that my colleagues persuade me otherwise, that I should not be the single presidential candidate. I should not in any way be the reason why the United Alternative Government should fail to have one single presidential candidate. In a nutshell, they have told me that in case I am not picked as the single presidential candidate, I and